Oh, happy Monday, traders. The 5th of April, Monday after Easter and a long holiday. Now, I'm not going to trade at all, and it'll be a very short stream. I don't think I'll trade anyway. It'll be a short stream. And it's too bad I missed this 20 point or 40 point bump right here. But anyway, I will be. I'm recording and streaming this for the record. This is now the Investor RT with the Rithmic feed. Last week was the IQ feed, DNT IQ feed. And this will be Rithmic, and then I'll compare the two, try to sort out this charting story once and for all. This is charting through the Singapore gateway, the same as the ETN IQ feed was. And this is the Tradovate data running through the dome, which is where the step 2 of the TopStep Trader Combine. So that's how I trade against this, and this is just charting to try to get some sort of reliable, consistently reliable charting to trade off of. Listened to a couple streams over the weekend, and apparently Tradovate was really having troubles on Friday. I'm sorry, on Thursday. So that's good. The DTN IQ feed was a little bit problematic, but not too bad. It was tradable. I didn't do well trading, but it was tradable. And now we have the Rithmic up. And I'll see how that turns out here at the open, and then I'll be winding the stream down shortly after the open, after I've recorded that bit of time. And take advantage of getting a little rest here. All of Europe is pretty much closed on the Easter Monday, so this could be kind of this is not particularly a good day to trade anyway. And here I go with this bit rate thing again, and I don't know what to do about it. The bit rate is definitely streaming higher than this is saying. I don't know what to do about that. It keeps thinking that the bit rate is not the proper. It says 128, and I'm streaming at 320. Audio is working. Whenever I listen, audio's fine, etc. So I don't know what the hell to think about it. Maybe I need to move away from Streamlabs OBS and go straight to just the OBS, the original. But Streamlabs is everything I've been able to determine is actually a little better, more stable, and more user-friendly. So I'm not sure what to think about this story here. Current audio streams, the audio stream's current bit rate is 0. Lower than the recommended use an audio stream bit rate of 1 to 0.8 kbps, 128, and I'm using more than that now. The audio bit rate is streaming 320 on track 1 is my headset, and track 2 is 128. So I don't know what the hell to make of that. The rest are 160, even though I'm not using them. 4 or 5 tracks can be used, but I don't know what to do. So I think I'll just pretend that it's not saying that and listen again and see how it sounds. Still don't have the mic, and probably are not going to worry about getting that until the first things first, till the charting and the trading is working okay. And I'm quite hopeful that this takes care of it. Would be a lot less confusion to use the Rithmic feed with IQ, with Investor RT, because I could have a single connection to both Dome and the charting and everything else. So hopefully that'll work out. In the meantime, we'll see what happens here at 2100 now. So the bottom of the hour, we're going to open. Look, it's not so bad. There's about a 4 to 3 point spread, 37 by 53. 2 points, 3 points, whatever. Not bad for 30 minutes before. And this little run up here would have been a juicy little maneuver. Get a hold of. Not sure why that's not starting properly. It's not because of that's not ticked is why. And it was, so kind of always some weird crap here. Every time I switch around, it seems like I have to reset a bunch of things, which I would have thought would not be the case. Should just be you set up the data and change the instruments. I would have thought that'd be efficient, but apparently not. Board showing no lags. We've got a 13.316 settlement. Down about here. And unfortunately, I can't get back to Friday. This is as far back as the data is loading, so I'm not real sure what to make about that either. Same way over here, actually. Only getting to this morning. And that could be a Rithmic story. I want to be not sure that I've got this new profile set up exactly the way it needs to be either. I think I've got this set up to do a split, but not sure I'm going to like that idea. We'll see what happens. And we'll see how the coloring works out. But that's kind of arbitrary, academic. It's not really that important at this point. I want to just see how the trigger chart here and the backup stuff functions and make sure we're getting the ticks. Same tick throughput as we do on the Jigsaw Dome. Sorry that I have to wait to 9:30. Tired. So it was a beautiful weekend here in Kuala Lumpur. I hope everyone had a nice long weekend. I guess it was, whether you observe Easter or not, at least most countries, I think, Western countries anyway, observe Good Friday holiday. So you did have a little bit longer weekend, whether you're Christian or observant or not. Always good to have that extra day off or two. Especially after a busy end of year and end of everything. End of the week, month, quarter, fiscal year, if you happen to be on a normal April to April fiscal year with yourself or your trading company or whoever you work for, whatever company that I do management for is on that. So it was kind of a busy week last week, closing everything out. What happens if we change this background to like a dark? Probably lose this. Probably lose the histogram here, but let's see what happens with the rest. Oh, it just reverses colors. That's pretty cute. Might not be too bad. So it is printing the Globex. This is an accurate representation of the Globex TPO chart here. And then this is the Globex volume profile. This is the total profile. This will continue to grow for the week. This blue line is the volume area for the the value area for the volume profile. The green is for the TPO. It's the opening range. And this is 1 sigma above and below. So about 20 minutes to the open. You can also see the value area is highlighted in a different shade of whatever contrasting shade here, depending on whatever color you selected for the background for the TPO, not for the volume. You can see the TPO value area high is there, as it is here, and this is the volume area, which coincides over here. So everybody seems to be pretty much in agreement here, except what's happening with my old pal here at Jigsaw. So they've got value area high at 3375, 3385 on the Renko, 3378 on the TPO. All over the frickin' board. That's pretty not cool. I'm a little apprehensive about the start of this Renko chart because it keeps talking about 712 being the first plot, and I have checked repeatedly that it's the correct session, and I don't know what the hell is up with that. But anyway, what do we got for POC and things like that over here? Well, there's VWAP is 358. Right there is okay. And 324. Oop, wrong. 3324, and this is showing 3380. So that's definitely not any good. And why aren't the POCs being extended over here? I wonder. Okay, POC, boom, POC volume, value area, yeah, value area. Yeah. Singles, we know what they are. 60 minutes, that's the opening IB. This is 150 times that. I don't think we need to worry about the rest. So where is the POCs? Are the POCs? Reference lines. These are for the VCalcs when you're pulling in stuff for levels. Well, I don't see the damn thing. What's that star, is it? I don't see the volume POC or the TPO. I would suspect it was a line, but maybe not. Anyway. I know you can set this thing up quite in depth because once upon a time I traded solely off Investor RT in market using market profile and no other charting, and I had it quite established quite nicely. So it can be done, but it's not the top of my list to remember what to do or how to do it. I'm more concerned with the data feed. That was also on a DTNIQ feed and my own account, so totally different than what I'm doing now. So I'm thinking this is going to be, they did finally get through that consolidation area. This was Thursday. They got right back up to that huge resistance area that has been sitting there for all these days. And they broke through it just a little bit in the Globex, but now we're on a red candle. So are they going to be able to push that higher up into these areas? Or are they going to sell off? That's the next question. As I talked last week, consolidation area, whichever way it broke, was probably going to get a run. And my suspicion was that it would run up to test this resistance area, which it did definitely do. Almost exactly to the tick. And then here's our Globex so far today. We are a risk on, pretty obviously, all green down here. And I can't really show you the open necessarily, but essentially we are in overnight inventory, I would call long. The open is 133.39. They're calling the open right there. So, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we're going to have good data flow here today, and I'll be pleased to wind the stream off. And I don't really expect much going to happen today. It's going to probably be a light day. There's a lot of people that are still taking that Monday holiday off, London, etc. And I'm thinking that normal trading will resume tomorrow. We're light on volume, 69,000. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me that the micros are trading 155,000 and there's only 69,000 trading on the minis. Huh. Wonder if that's the truth. One kind of disturbing bit of news is that the VIX is clear down to 17. That's like way kind of disappointing there. Damn. So we've got what is happening in the news front here? Singapore manufacturing, who cares? I mean, not for us necessarily, for American future. Factory orders, 45 minutes. Couple of treasury auctions. So let's get this puppy off so I can go dream about it. The hell's going on? I'll be real curious to see how this handles the split if it does so. Well, they're just bebopping around here. We're at 20 past the hour. Normally this thing would be humming by now. So we've got the Rinko trigger chart as usual. This is the 5-minute ES. And we're going to see how the TPO handles a split session. Indicators are, as always, VWAP and 1, 2, 3 sigma above and below, or 2 sigma. Sorry, it's 1 sigma and another one. And the dotted line is the first, so we got 1, 2, 3 up, 3 down. Volume profile, cumulative delta, and relative volume. Not enough relative volume to even hardly see here. But that's it. Indicator-wise, it's the POC. This line is a volume area value, I'm sorry, volume value area high and volume value area low. Just the balance. Right at the tops here, we're pushing new highs on the ES. Not quite so on the NQ yet. Green across the board. NQ is sitting at 0.82% up. And we're about 10 minutes off the open. So, come on now. Like watching paint dry here. It'll be quite interesting to see if Tradovate has got their act ironed out from Thursday's issues. They had some serious problems. There were several people on another stream I listened to that were getting stuck in and couldn't get their orders to go away, and they click cancel all, flatten, and the orders just remained there on the charts. And of course, when that happens, you don't know whether they're in the books or they're not, or what's going to happen to them. So it was quite nerve-wracking for several folks there, that sounded like. It would have been nice to be standing here and watch this little thing take out of this consolidation area and grab about half of those or all of those 40 points there. What are 30? No, 40 actually. 390 up. Nice little plum there to go to wind the day up or start the day off or something. So we got about 5 minutes to the open. I am just real curious to see what happens here with the data. Last week with IQ feed, the ticks were here, and the tick here on the current price indicator was just pretty much matching what's going on with Jigsaw. And I noticed that with Rithmic, that isn't really what happens. I think they're pushing through trades, not movement. Maybe not. I guess it's going back and forth between the inside bid and offer. And as I have mentioned once or twice before, I'm still not clear. Tradovate clears through CQG when it is a live account. When it's a Combine or a Sim account, they don't. And so therefore, I can't hook or connect the data feed from Tradovate directly to Investor RT. However, Investor RT does connect to live CQG order routing. So perhaps after I'm funded, even with Tradovate, I would be able to use Investor RT directly to the CQG feed. And that's a question that I would still like to get an answer from somebody. But until these lags and stuff are figured out, it's kind of a moot question at the moment. So let's just keep our fingers, eyes, nose, and toes crossed and see if we don't get a blazing open here in 3 minutes, I'm hoping. And it may just be a dud anyway. If you look back at the trading on Thursday, it was a real tight range and basically nothing happened. And I mean, got up only about an 80-point range in the whole Globex here, 90. Not exactly rocking and rolling. Look at that cumulative relative volume. Jesus, it's so low you can't even see it. That's pretty ridiculous. That's amazing. I guess it's being smushed down by these two giant spikes of only 500 contracts, 500 and change, 579, but still, you know, that's not a very good, that's not a very pretty picture when it comes to a Globex, a complete Globex session. This is a little more, as I'm used to seeing relative volume. So we'll see what happens. We're open in 2 minutes. And hopefully everything else properly, the profiles will switch and everybody will play nice. If not, I will be forced to consider some expletives and a hearty hi-ho silver for bed. Hanging right at that top. And boy, if that that VPOC doesn't jump up there real quick, I'll be amazed. That's got to be mighty close. The problem is there's a lot more depth of volume down here. Anyway, a little laggy looks like here, isn't it? So we're open, we're off to the races. And Rithmic is on its ass. We're trading 218, 318 down to 318.75, and this hasn't moved off of 75. We got huge lags across the board on the quote. And this software, well, it definitely profile jumped, all right. But boy, they can't get it together. I don't seem to be able to get it together with Rithmic and Investor RT. That's for damn sure. I can't even change charts. There we go. Look at that. Mouse is freezing up. 15 seconds. Still stuck up at 26. And we're consistently trading across 15 down to 18 here to the right on the dome. Consistently. And I can tell you a little secret here that's going to be kind of funny. Well, maybe I can't. Thought I could. This is the pretty not very cool charting with Jigsaw, but you can see that it's damn sure more reliable than the Rithmic. Again, cumulative delta. EWAP doesn't ever seem to work. It's just a straight line. I don't know what to think about that. Volume profile is, I keep telling it to have these be short, but it doesn't want to listen to me, so I don't know about that. Anyway, it's a real shame that this charting that Pete has got with Jigsaw isn't a bit more mature so that it could be used, because that would just be the perfect answer. That would be the perfect. And this is definitely not the perfect answer. So swing low here of about 30 down to 12, and now we're going to trade up across it. Investor RT is still smoking cigarettes out in the back or there or something. Well, they look like they've finally caught up. Yeah, they've caught up a little bit. Now we're at no lag now, so it's now trading like it's supposed to. However, it hasn't started printing a new volume profile yet. So that's just sucks. That's not working right. My guess is it's not picking up the new session, the correct session. And I just can't figure out why that won't work right. Maybe it's something in the way I set that up. I don't know, but it just doesn't want to do it. You know, it's way behind. It can't chart the profile properly, and it's not even keeping up. TPO chart seems to be working pretty well. Well, that's disappointing. I just don't know what to think about that or on why it continues to be such. Just sucks. Completely and totally. And it's even showing the split profile over here, and it's not doing it. And why there's, oh, that's invisible. Well, what other one could I use? 6 to 410. I guess I could use that one. And apply that and go up here. And go this one. Wait a minute here. What's going on here? What I want to be is on the full session. Monday through Saturday, E-mini 43s. Apply. Okay. Apply. Okay. Still nothing. Yeah. Well, that sucks. So much for Investor RT and Rithmic, I guess. Which makes me not feel very cozy about wanting to have a combine. I guess the ultimate test would be to sign up for the cheapest combine they got and see what the hell happens. See if they work together that way somehow. I can't imagine what it would be because this is essentially exactly how that setup functions, I believe. And this thing just can't figure out how to draw the right profile or anything else. That's really. This is charting properly. What happened over here? This is pretty much charting properly. And this one is still stuck in the mud. Still stuck in the mud. No, I don't think I'll take that. Got some sellers coming in down here, and then we got indecision across the board. And the ES is going to turn around and go the other direction. I don't think that that's something I need to play with there. The POC did come up there as I thought it might. And if we break out of here, we could try, well, that's 450. That's a psychological level there, and we're at, and that's just at the standard Sigma 2. And I like the looks of that ES pulling back like that. This consolidation bunch of blocks here are going to chop people up like crazy. So our POC has come right. No, not. We got the POC at 425, and this is charting it out at 435. Golly, that's just disappointing. Just disappointing. So I don't believe that I will participate in any of this noise. What happens here if I profile off? Doesn't even work. The hell? The profile button doesn't work. Did take the profile off or back on? Something's really jarred. That's for sure. Recalculate. And it's such a disappointment that I just can't make it do the normal stuff, you know? Like over here. Why not? Why doesn't that just work? Hell out of me. Maybe this Renko chart is just buggered up from the get-go, and I keep falling back on it as a template, and that keeps tripping me up. I don't know. But this is not good here. I should turn that profile off and back on. Well, there's a bunch of stupid stuff. How do you change that? Those are all outdated. Maybe this chart's just boogered up. I guess that's a possibility. Sometimes if I throw a new chart on, day basic. Guess I gotta copy this one. I can't do that. Duplicate chart. Okay, I'm gonna call this MQ Renko. Now let's see what we get here. We go Renko, box reversal 20. Okay. Well, that looks a little better. And annual scaling. Okay. Oops. Annual scaling. Yeah, okay. Huh. What the hell is that now? Oh, still on the ES. I guess that's part of the problem. So NQ, M1. Still the same shit. It's got to be a problem with the profile. It's got to be a problem with the, well, at least the profile button works. It must be a problem with at least we got yesterday and the day before and a couple other things there. It's got to be something to do with the session, I believe. And the Renko and the VWAP is not charting worth a damn. It's just straight across. I think it's got to do with the session. There's something wrong with the way I've got that session set up. It's charting the same against all of these things, but VWAP's not in the right spot. As a consequence, it's not charting VWAP right. So that's just disappointing on a lot of fronts. Moving out of the ES here, whether we're going to get anywhere on this thing or not, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable taking a trade when there's no good charting, I don't think. Except we do have a substantial difference on the book. Keeps pulling value up as well. Assuming that that's accurate. Well, I wasn't really crazy about doing that. Long one. I was trying to get down here on this 57 for a I keep taking value up, but I'm a little bit apprehensive about where this is going to head now. They're going to try to push up to the 480 or the psychological level at 500. That's the big question. The ES is pushing up. Can't seem to get out of their own way over here on the NASDAQ, which is kind of too bad. That up to a break-even point, and I'll feel a lot more warm and fuzzy about that. Push this up here a little bit to 3470. Might not get a lot more out of it than that. Try to shuffle these up here, trace the trail this volume up behind it. We can. There we go. Out at 150. All right, so that's a little bit of a trade there. Charting is moving okay now, but the volume profile is still all screwed up, and it's really annoying. All right, that's going to be my trade for the day. I didn't even start Tradovate yet. That's about 160 bucks there, 100 or more. So we're looking at about 8 points trade there, and it still seems to be heading up. If I could have kept those manual trails running, but I'm going to call it a night. I may take it to the top of the hour. It's 49 minutes now. See if I can do some screaming mess we got going over here. What happens to the NMQ? What is this full session 720? Where does this keep coming from? I don't know where that comes from. I've not ever put that in there. And it just makes me furious that that's the case. 0600. And I've done this so many frickin' times. What happened is Monday through Saturday. There we go. And the day session hours are 2100, 2100, 2130, I'm sorry, 2410. And that again is Monday through Saturday. Okay. Yes, I absolutely want that to change. Buck. Well, they did get it up to 480, and my guess is they're going to try to get it up to the 500 mark, which is where I was looking, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. What were those numbers over here? Did they have a session number on them? No, they didn't. That's E-mini NASDAQ 100. You'd think that would be what we're talking about, wouldn't you? I would think so. Where the hell is E-mini? Two doesn't exist here in this drop down, and I've never been able to figure out where that went. Well, E-mini day, E-mini full. Okay. That's the full. That's an apply. Why it never stays there, I have no idea. NASDAQ E-mini full, and the after hours is right over here. That's, I think, what we just set up. And it's still not, it's still not doing what we need it to do. I guess I'm going to have to start Tradovate just so I can see what the, how much money I made. Usually I type that wrong a couple of dozen times. They're going to go to 500 now. They're going to consolidate here and take it up. What happened to Tradovate? Oh, that's pretty weird. Nothing is going on with Tradovate. Well, that's pretty strange. That's not a good sign for those boys if that's what's happening. I'll start that over and try that again. Okay. Simulated environment. Yes, that's the one. Wow. They're having some big, oh, here we go. Okay, so 150 bucks. And that would sit down in here. Okay. So I'm gonna change my title to plus 50 and go save. There we go. All right, so there it is, one trade. Quite a long trade, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Wow, that was a long time. Usually they're in somewhere between 20 and 35 or 40 seconds. I'm not going to trade anymore, that's for sure. 1900 was up to 2500 and lost that 600 last time on a Wednesday. Just too tired to fight it back. So let discretion be the better part of valor here. Close this off. And the alternative to all of this, of course, is to do this right here. And here we have Tradovate platform. Cannot use the cannot use Renko because they're just ridiculous. This is the ES. This is the range chart, and there's my trade. And execute over here because I like this dome better than the Tradovate dome. And if it all works great, wonderful. Here's the problem. Look at this Renko chart. It just sucks completely. No wicks, no nothing. Nobody left on third. Just doesn't work for me. This used to be my trading. Oh, I didn't realize I got out. I left that much on the table. Damn, that's stupid. That's another, wow, another almost 10 points. Stupid. Stupid. So we're going to put this back on the Tradovate story. Here's the Jigsaw. See, it is nice to be able to see those trades, be able to, you know, look at everything. And of course, it's nice when your volume profile lines up where it's supposed to be instead of who knows where the hell it really is. I'm going to close Tradovate out. I think I've documented that trade properly. 2 minutes. I don't know what to do with this thing. Okay. What the hell is that all about? What is this volume profile over here? It's not even. Not charting it right. So this is not doing the color scheme change properly. But this is Globex, I guess. And this is the split for but it's strong because this volume down here is Globex. It hasn't traded down here. It's only traded from here up. So there can be no volume down here. That's the problem. How stupid, balupid is that? Profile, split, 1 split, 0 split. What does that mean? I wonder. Nope, nope, nope. Why are these two profiles here? What does 1 split and 0 split mean? I think what I'm going to do is this right here. There we go. That's exactly the problem. This is, no, what is this? This is really crazy now. I don't know what this shit's all about. This is the proper color for the day profile. And this is the proper, no, should be clear down here. So it's got the wrong time on the profile. Or it's still looking at the wrong. Okay. Overlay bars, 25 seconds, split session, yes, and it should be picking up the charting, the sessions from the so that part is working. The problem is the Globex and the regular trading hours is not charting properly unless I recalculate. I don't want to have to do this crap every time of course, once you got the data set up, I guess it's not going to be such an issue, but this is just stupid. I'm stupid. So with that, streamers, I'm going to go think about this. It's 10:02, 22:02 here in Southeast Asia. And look here now, we're not getting anywhere. It's calculating, but we're not moving. While it calculates, it's not keeping up with the tick. Now it's coming back to life. But it didn't recalculate the volume area profile. So that's just stupid. I'm going to take them all off. To hell with it. There you go. Now, how do I add? Let's see here. Alt. Oh, okay. Volume profile, is that this? That's the profile drawing tool. I don't want to do that. I want it to be in indicator. So what I want is I don't know what I wanted. I don't want to do that. I want to put that on, and I'm trying to remember how to do that. Trying to remember how to do that. It's an RTX custom indicator. Seems like there's something about that I'm supposed to remember, but I don't remember what it is. It's like a special kind of a session statistics, maybe. No, that's downstairs here. Well. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's pretty stupid looking. Whatever that is. Highest price. No, I don't want that. I want to get rid of that. Edit, show, delete. I want to delete all but SST. There we go. How do you do that profile? I'm trying to remember how to draw that, how to put that profile on without drawing it. An indicator, I thought. I guess I'm tired. All right, stream. Trade safe. Remember, your goal as a trader is to be able to trade tomorrow. I did one little quick trade for 150 bucks, so that's a move in the right direction. All right. Trade well, trade safe, be patient, manage your risk.